Did somebody create a scheme to maybe pair deferred enlistment program life insurance policies in the US with students that may have somebody who took out a life insurance policy on them via a Citigroup option, and now they're trying to trigger things to jump off here in the United States based on something similar to what I saw yesterday. And so, what if people end up rioting because of whatever ends up triggering them to riot? You've got competing life insurance policy options based on who ends up dying. See, one is supposed to be concerning students involving clusters in their dormitories. There's a one-third option right now going in Singapore on the opening of May 29th. Now, it was reported during May 28th, right? And I'm not even going to link onto the article because I don't want people to get confused into thinking I'm putting a hedge or I'm putting an option on myself or for myself. But it says 12 hours ago, which in Singapore would be what, about 8 p.m. last night? More than a third of Singaporean or PR cases in May linked to dormitory clusters. So here's the thing, if you set up one of those temporary life insurance policies and you lost because whoever you set it up on didn't die, do you have the option of using that as a futures contract that you may or may not have connected to some sort of overnight sell off that happened on Monday to register as some sort of gain in somebody's stock portfolio? And so they can use that futures contract in connection with students or people who have student loans in the United States and or people who may be a part of some deferred enlistment program, so that you can try to leverage what could either be deaths by COVID in this next phase coming up, and or people who might be triggered into some act of alleged civil disobedience as part of whatever the protests are in this particular wave. Because that's exactly what this sounds like. And this is exactly what I have been suspecting that they were trying to put into effect for this year. And it's lining up. Are the young people in this country actually going to riot in an understanding that that's what's going on? I'm just letting you know that's exactly what I believe that they've done. And I don't even know if you have to be a young person. See, I could be all smug and say, I've done my 25 years of student loan debt service. Or rather, I've done my 25-year capital outlay. But they just trashed the entire federal government, bundled everything into a reference point connected to COVID 19, and have not done anything close to explaining to people how, in I believe 2 days, the federal government of the United States is in total default on the lapse of its budgetary authority since 2017. See, in 2017, I believe Congress lost its budget authority. This was put out there as something that could happen. I believe it actually did. And it's been masquerading this whole time. And it's been floating something through a particular, as of yet, I have not discovered specifically what, line item or series of line items through some other projects that may have a certain term. But I believe the term is going to be 3 years. And that 3 years is up on 1, 2, 3. It's up by Monday morning. What is to be done?